Hello and welcome. I'm Jessie. This is Playful Moon Tarot. So grateful to have you here, and thank you to all of my new subscribers. Thank you so much. I am truly grateful. And in today's Pick a Card, we're going to be getting a message from your spirit guides. So all of the timestamps are going to be in the description box down below. And let's get into your guys' readings. Hello, Group 1, and welcome to your reading. You guys were drawn to the Golden Libyan Tektite card, and this card talks about really expanding and getting into those frequencies of your star ancestors and downloads for where you guys are going now, and really tapping into some of those ancient energy frequencies, maybe from past lives. Maybe some of you could have been, living in the time that Egypt was, here with us. It depends on, your belief system and everything. But this card really just talks about expanding and downloading the energy that is going to be activated now for your highest good moving forward, and really expanding upon that, expanding upon your gifts, and expanding upon your growth. So let's pull some tarot to get into the actual message here. But what I'm really feeling is that this is kind of an initiation point for some of you. For some of you, you guys might have just recently started to get into things like Reiki or astrology or the esoteric or mystery, anything, maybe even history, and maybe even things like ancient Egypt, or learning about why did it just escape me? I can see it in my mind's eye. Atlantis, there we go. So some of these older civilizations, and kind of expanding upon some of the energies and frequencies that you guys are bringing in to help this collective move forward. And 2 more cards, please. Okay. Ace of Wands. Okay. Planning. Okay, and the Moon. So we have the Queen of Wands that came out for you guys. We've got the Ace of Cups. We've got 2 of Wands. We've got the 5 of Discs. We have the Universe. Oh my goodness, if I can hold on to the card. We've got Judgment. We've got the Ace of Wands and the Moon card. And right away, they really want me to focus on this Moon card right away. And they really want me to talk on intuition. Really, some of you guys are really starting to get in touch with your intuition, or just really starting to develop your intuition a little bit more, trusting your intuition a little bit more. I feel like for some of you guys might just have recently had an experience in which you were kind of forced to trust your intuition, get a little bit more connected with what's going on inside. Also with the 5 of Discs here, there's some type of disappointment for some of you. Something maybe didn't work out. Something is maybe kind of shifting or pivoting for you right now as far as changes. And there's something about really listening to your emotions and your intuition and where you feel like you're being led. And this initiation card that came in is really wanting to expand on some of these new energies, these new frequencies that are coming in, and really getting in touch with your intuition and getting grounded is really going to help bring in these new frequencies, these new changes, they're showing me like belief systems and structures around belief systems. So you guys could be just kind of really reevaluating maybe how you believe, reevaluating what you believe, how you believe, what you think, how you think about things, how you view things, energies, frequencies. There's all these kinds of things around maybe some new avenues and way of thinking, but there's definitely a sense of really getting in touch with your intuition, your emotions. And I feel like also it's talking about not being able to clearly see your way forward right now for some of you. Some of you might feel really lost, not understanding the way forward, feel like you have something that you really need to do, Like you came down here with a mission, but you don't know what it is. And really getting into those spaces with your intuition and your, give yourself quiet time will really help to activate these frequencies. Five of Discs. There's something about disappointment for some of you. There's a sense of loss. There's a sense of disappointment. Maybe I'm picking up on some job energies. Maybe your job isn't quite giving you the fulfillment that it used to, or maybe like financially it's not giving you what you want anymore. There's something about something that's disappointment. Also, there's just said school too. So maybe you guys are kind of going to school for something and maybe thinking that you want to switch up your career a little bit more, or your line of education. Maybe something else caught your interest and you want to switch up your major. There's something about something that just recently kind of shifted for you and it's not bringing you the same emotional gratification. And that's also, I think, why the moon card came out, talking about emotions and also wanting you to really get connected with where you're at now and your inner world and where you want to go. And where they want me to go next is the Two of Wands, planning, because we also have the Ace of Wands here. So I feel like there's something that you guys are planning. Again, there's like a pivoting energy, shifting away from something, shifting your focus onto something else, and really having that be something that you're very drawn to. Maybe you don't even necessarily know why, but I feel like for a lot of you, it's going to date back to just where your soul came from, where your soul originated from, and that there's something about an activation now to really help the collective, to help bring in these new energies, these new frequencies, these new ways of doing things as we shift, right? So Two of Wands, really kind of having a couple of different ideas and not really being sure which way to go, right? Because you guys had something come in, because with this Ace of Wands, I mean, you guys also have the Ace of Cups. You guys have two different new, I call the aces kind of gifts or blessings from the universe. So there's something, and maybe that's why there's like, I feel like that sudden shift in your job or wanting to change your education or career or your focus of your studies or what you do on a daily basis, because there's this shift that's like these two came together. And it's going to be different for all of you. But there was a catalyst moment. There was a shift. There was a spark. There was a change. And now it's like you guys can't look away from that change. And it's because you guys are being activated. There's like something within you that's being activated that feels kind of ancient, that feels very relevant to where we are shifting into and away from. And again, this energy, this all of a sudden, this new idea, this spark, this is what I want to do. And I can't, pull my focus away from it. And then, then comes the Two of Wands, right? You get the Ace and then you get the Two. This is the planning. This is the expanding upon this idea, this passion that came in, this feeling of this is what I want to do. And now there is just this sense of, okay, I can do that and I can do, and now the ideas are starting to flow in. I feel like you guys are starting to get those ideas trickling in. And I feel like you guys, because you guys want to follow what emotionally is satisfying for you guys, because the cups really talk about emotions. And I really feel, because the emotions really keep coming up strong in this read, so I feel like a lot of you that are going to be pulled to this reading have a lot of really strong emotions right now. And it is that to get you going. It's almost like they're showing me like a current, and the emotions right now that you guys are riding on, it's like your ship, and you guys are just trying to find calmer waters that feel better to be in. And it's the push of the emotion and the push of the discomfort is literally going to lead you to where you guys need to go. So there is this sense of wanting to get away from where you're at now, really seeking more emotional fulfillment, really seeking out where you want to go. And I feel like for a lot of you, it's going to be in a completely different direction. Like, let's just say you were in advertising and now you want to be a Reiki healer and master. I feel like it's very different and opposite in your career path. Like, there's a big change in your career path. But this Queen of Wands, I feel like you guys are going to get there, and it's going to be really successful, because I feel like over the next few years, after you watch this reading, it's really going to be this developing and really stepping into this spot of ownership, like with the Queen, really coming into a sense of ownership and pride and like masterfulness around this new thing that you guys are being drawn to. There's a sense that you guys are really going to step up to the plate, learn the craft, own the craft, work with the craft, really become the master of that craft and of your craft, right? How you present and pull that thing out and give it to the world as a gift, right? Is your offering. There's a real sense of some real just like tenacity too, just real drive, and really feeling happy about the decisions that you make, and looking back later and being like, wow, I'm really glad that I like went after that spark and went after that thing that really caught my eye. Because with the universe, I mean, I feel like this is really leading you guys to success. And with Judgment also being here, I really feel this is that shift. It's the universe coming in, really starting to get things aligned, and getting your higher self and your guides and everybody starting to kind of work with you and craft in this way that's going to start clearing out the things that are no longer serving you, clearing out the things that are kind of impeding or getting in the way of these energies, these frequencies, these downloads coming in, and really clearing space and making space so that this newness can take over, these new desires, these new passions, these new pathways that are being offered to you from Spirit. I really feel like this is your guys' kind of launching point from here. So really what your guides want you to know is really allow yourself quiet time. The rest and the quiet time and the meditation is really what's been coming through the strongest with this reading. Is really about listening to your emotional body, listening to your inner guidance, your intuition, your inner voice, your inner knowing, not the inner critic, not the person that's going to sit there and criticize you, but that higher self voice, that universal love feeling that comes in, that gives you that guidance. I know sometimes meditation can be really hard for people. Try to even just go for a walk. Or if you don't like walking, you can do a bike ride. Or if you don't like doing a bike ride, you can do like drawing, like just scribbling or doodling with something on a piece of paper quietly, or listen to a guided meditation, something to give your brain something to chew on and focus on, right? So it's not wandering and pinging all over the place. There's different ways to meditate, and there's different ways to get quiet, to allow those inspirations and those insights, and for Spirit and your guides to really help to get these downloads in place for you guys, really help to shift your energy around. There's Reiki videos out there that might be really helpful for some of you guys if you're feeling called to that. So really just take time to be with yourself, disconnect from social media, disconnect from the TV, go outside in nature, and really allow yourself to get quiet and really get connected. And if you are wanting to do meditations with your guides, they have meditations out there that will help you get connected with your guides, if that's also something that you're learning how to do too. So start to explore a little bit, see what resonates with you, and really allow yourself some quiet time and really get in touch with your heart space and your inner knowing. So hopefully something in that message resonated. If it did, please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, love yourself, trust yourself, and believe in yourself. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Hello, Group 2, and welcome to your reading. You guys were drawn to the Diamond Heart Seed Crystal. And this crystal is specifically tied to Lemuria. So you guys could have past lives in Lemuria. You guys could just really be in tune and in alignment with the frequencies of that galaxy. Also the Andromedan galaxy. Those are the frequencies of this card. So you guys could be star seeds. You guys could really be calling in some activations of DNA and frequency structures to hold within your being that is going to help lighten up the planet as well as enlighten others by simply holding the light in your own field and frequency will have a positive impact on others. They're just showing me like how your light and your frequency will help to start to activate others around you, which will also in turn help to call in your soul tribe as well. And for some of you, you guys know that you guys have these connections. And for some of you, you guys might not realize that you are connected to these energies and these frequencies. But if something like Lemuria is really calling to you, definitely look into it a little bit more. Things that really kind of call to us, that really grab our attention, we typically tend to have some type of a connection, or a piece of our soul has a connection. Maybe not the piece of your soul that's down here right now. That's just how I personally believe. But some type of your soul has a connection to those frequencies. And those are the frequencies that are coming in for you now. And I just want to pull a couple more cards. And one more card, please. And for some of you, you guys might really be feeling like you guys don't believe that you guys have these within you. Some of you guys maybe don't feel like you are a starseed or something like that, and you are. So that message might be very specific for somebody. So the tarot cards that came out are the Devil, the Two of Cups, the Priest, the Emperor, Five of Wands, Three of Cups, Three of Wands, and the Empress. And so where they want me to start is actually with this Five of Wands. So there's something about not believing for some of you. There's something about a struggle, not believing, maybe not believing that you're worthy, maybe not believing that you, I have, this is going to be kind of hard to explain. So from your guys' perspective, for whoever this message is for, from your perspective, you feel like you see certain creatures and abilities in a certain way. Like somebody that might have abilities like a psychic connection or a starseed or something like that. You see that as being like really awesome to have. Like it's a magical ability. And you don't believe that you are magical, but you are. And I feel like that's why for some of you who are drawn to this reading, because I'm really feeling a sense of self-doubt. And almost kind of like in a fighting way too. Like it's really hard for you to believe that you would be magical, or you being magical would create conflict in your life because maybe the people around you don't believe in the same kind of magic that you do. There's something about maybe not feeling like the people that are currently around you understand your magic. There's something, sorry, dropped that card. There's something about feeling a little bit of like opposing energies with you guys. So there's something about this Five of Wands that being yourself is creating like some conflict, or if you were to put yourself in this category, that creates conflict because you don't feel like you're worthy, but you are. We all are beings of the stars, in my personal opinion, in my belief system. Please believe how you believe. How I see it and how I'm shown is that we all have abilities. We all have connections to star systems. We all have some type of a starseed lineage within our soul. And I also believe that not all of our soul is within a being at all times, because I feel like our soul is so large that we simply can't put our whole soul into one person at a time. So even if you don't feel super connected, I feel like for a lot of you that are drawn to this reading, there's at least a part of your soul that has some type of ties with the Andromedan system or Lemuria. So take some time to do some meditations and see, because there's an activation that's happening for you guys. It's almost kind of an awakening, a calling, a reminding, like a remember who you are, like you are a being of the stars. You are magical. It's like a validation message too that's coming through, is validating that you are the kind of magic that you believe in. With this devil, really pay attention to thought patterns and other people's belief systems that are not in alignment with yours. And it's okay to leave them behind. It's okay to not have the same belief structures as everybody around you. It's okay to stand in your own and have your own belief systems in place. Even if it causes conflict, I've always been somebody that really wants to stand in my own truth. So however that's resonating with you, but there's a sense of just, because the devil can talk about us holding ourselves back a little bit, whether from fear, whether from just bad habits. So there's a sense of kind of breaking free from things that maybe feel like they hold you back a little bit, and exploring those energies of really opening yourself up and expanding into these new areas that you guys want to expand into. And the Two of Cups and the Three of Cups, there's a real sense of wanting or needing or really leaning heavily on a community right now. So for some of you, you guys are looking for the community that is going to support you. And for other people, you guys have found it, and now it's like time to really nourish those connections and keep growing with the people that are in alignment with you currently. But there really is a sense of wanting to call in your soul tribe a little bit, really calling in the people that resonate with you, that believe similar beliefs as you, that are open to the same kind of possibilities as you. There's a real sense, so really stay in those frequencies, really hold to your own truth and really stay true to that, and really hold your own frequencies as far as your belief systems, and you will really start to draw in those other people that believe in you, that like, and I don't know why they want me to give this example right now. So when I just recently started roller skating, I have gone to the same park up the street from my house to take my dog there for like the last almost 2.5 years. I've never seen another roller skater, ever. It has a skate park and everything. I've seen like skateboarders and, everybody else on wheels, but not roller skaters. Second I started roller skating, I have seen so many other roller skaters at that park now, even when I'm just taking my dog and I don't have my roller skates with me. So there's this real truth about when you are vibrating at a certain frequency and you are in your element, you attract those other things. So I know it can be hard when we don't have the strong physical evidence currently in our reality that we can open our door and look out and see. But there's a sense for you guys of really holding on to those belief systems that those roller skaters are going to start showing up in your life. Okay. Like, I don't know why they wanted me to give that example, but there's just a real sense of just keep the faith, like really keep believing that if you keep in your belief system and structures and really wanting to call in those people that are going to resonate with you, really keep and hold true to your beliefs. Okay, so whoever that message is for, it feels kind of specific, but also on a grand scheme of things too, just really allowing these activations to take place is going to cause transformations in your life. And what your guides want you to know is just go with what your heart space is calling to you. Even if it changes down the road, just go with what your intuition is telling you. Go with what your heart space is telling you. Go with the things that make you feel good at the end of the day. Okay? As long as we're not hurting other people or things, or, going about and making sure that we're happy at the end of the day is really a good place to start when you are kind of getting these activations or getting these transmissions and downloads, and then you start to feel like things are shifting. Keep checking in with yourself on the daily basis and keep going after in that moment what is calling to your heart space. The priest, I really feel like there is a sense of getting really clear about like your belief systems, your how you want to move forward. And with the Empress and the Emperor here and the Three of Wands, there is like a pause moment and taking stock because you guys are realizing that you guys are moving in a different direction. Like the Empress here, very nurturing. Really nourish yourself right now. Really nourish yourself through these changes. When we go through energetic changes, we can eat more, we can eat less, we can feel really tired. If you're feeling really tired, really take a nap. Don't push yourself too hard. When we're doing these downloads, frequencies, energy changes, and things like that, it can kind of take a lot out of us. So just be really mindful and really nurture yourself. Really take, and maybe that's why the Emperor is here too. I really feel like there's a masculine and feminine energy that's getting balanced out within your guys' being too. And the Emperor, I feel like you guys are going to start to get a little bit more confident over the next little bit of time and really start to engage with your belief system even a little bit more. And I really feel like you guys are going to come to a moment where you kind of take pause to see where you guys are going to go next. Because I feel like after you watch this read, things are going to start slowly happening and shifting. I feel like the internal changes will happen like first, and then you'll start to see the external changes. But there's just a real sense with the Priest and the Emperor and the Empress really taking charge of your belief systems, really nurturing yourself and nurturing your belief systems and where you want to go, and really taking time to reflect on where you want to go and how you want to get there and how these new things are showing up for you and how this new energy shift is really starting to, they're just saying like engage your energy structure in a different way. So this really could be a big energy change for some of you guys. So really just be kind with yourself, drink a lot of water, eat good food, rest when you need to rest, be really kind with yourself, and things can come up during these energetic shifts too. So if you need to find like a counselor or journal about something or a Reiki healer or something like that, really reach out and find somebody to work with that you resonate with that might be able to help you guys with these areas that you guys, I feel like, are kind of starting to explore. So hopefully something in that message resonated. If it did, please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, love yourself, trust yourself, and believe in yourself. And I'll see you guys in the next. Hello, Group 3, and welcome to your reading. You guys were drawn to the Septarian Nodules card, and this card talks about really getting connected with our Earth Star chakra and really being grounded. And this can come in the form of things around you feeling really hectic right now, things changing really quickly, things kind of feeling like they're getting kind of like the rug pulled, out from underneath your feet, a little bit of a feeling with this card. So things could really be shaking up in your, the Tower card just popped out. So for some of you, you guys just really maybe got some shocking news. Maybe you guys have a relationship coming to an end, or a job coming to an end, or just a certain chapter of your life coming to an end. Things just really shaking up. Things not, things needing to be basically rebuilt, okay? Kind of taken down to the foundation and really reworked. So this could be in any areas of your life. It could be even in your belief systems and structures. It could be daily habits that you guys are really letting go of right now. There's a real sense that whatever area this is showing up in your life is really trying to shake something out to make the way for something better. Some of you guys might be, that energy in that card is splitting. So some of you guys might be finding relationships at the end of this, but for some of you, some of you guys could be leaving relationships right now that just are no longer serving you, or you just feel like are just not giving you what you want. Okay, so you have in the tarot the Knight of Cups. You've got the Tower. You've got the King of Pentacles. You've got the Ten of Swords and the Lover's card. You've got the Wheel of Fortune and the Hierophant. And you also have the Eight of Cups and the Eight of Wands. So there's a real sense of really being released from something, if that makes sense. So for some of you, I feel like the changes came in kind of an abrupt manner because it was kind of the universe forcing your hand. I feel like for some of you, the changes that have been bestowed upon you are not something that you would have necessarily chosen. And I feel like for some of you right now, you guys are really having a hard time understanding why things worked out this way. Okay, because the Wheel of Fortune is here, and that lets me know that things are turning in your favor, but sometimes when things are just falling apart left and right and nothing is coming back together, we're like, what the heck is going on? And I really feel that energy right now. I really feel like there is just this kind of what the heck is going on feeling. But whatever it is that's coming to an end needs to come to an end because the Ten of Swords is here. So really where they want me to start is this Tower moment, because it is really driving this card really talks about changes. It even talks about earthquakes, because Septarian is a stone that comes from the earth and takes a really long time to form, and it is a very grounding earth stone. There is a sense that all of these changes right now, it's like you guys are being put in like a snow globe, and it's just like you guys are being shaken. But as those little pieces of snow start to slowly fall back into place, that's when you guys are going to be able to look back and understand and have a better understanding. But for right now, it's like the universe has a different plan for you, and it needed to kind of clear the way by kind of creating these earthquakes in your guys' life to make it so uncomfortable that you guys chose a different path, because that's what Spirit wanted. And it's not necessarily the funnest message to say that, right? It's not the funnest thing to report that, but that's just the energy that I have to be honest with what they're giving me. They really are showing me kind of this forced situation that is going to bring about better things for you. But right now, I don't feel like you guys are seeing that or understanding that or have a sense of that there is something better, right? That just seems like everything is kind of falling apart right now. It's really going to test your guys' faith. I really feel like this is also kind of a test of faith for some of you with the Hierophant being here and just the energy I'm picking up on. There is a real sense that you are being asked to kind of spearhead this change campaign in your life that you didn't necessarily ask for. But it's like your soul, like somewhere deep down in your soul for some of you, if you can get quiet and go to those spaces, it's like you'll understand. And there's like a message in there for you. You'll understand why all of these changes started to happen, and it will make more sense if you see it from a bigger picture. But I really feel like the Hierophant is really just here to really keep you connected to your faith and your intuition and what you want to build now, because there's just this real sense that going back to what was is not an option. As heartbreaking as that is, for some of you to realize that it's not an option, and there really is only this way forward. So 8 of Cups, really walking away from choices and going in a completely new direction, really going and embracing a whole different other new choice that we didn't even really quite know was possible. There's just a real sense of letting go of what was and really embracing what is going to be for you guys. And for some of you, it is going to lead to a relationship later. As I've said before at the beginning of this reading, some of you guys are moving away from a relationship. And some of you guys, I feel later, once all those little snowflakes, right, and the snow globe fall back into place, for some of you that are looking for love, these are the necessary changes in order to get you where you need to be to fulfill what you want to fulfill, right? With these dreams that you guys have. So there's also a real sense of just really keeping the faith through these changes, through these turbulent waters, through these earthquakes, through these unknowns and really forced changes. It's going to help you create a stronger connection with spirit, a stronger connection with yourself, and potentially, for some that are looking for it, a better relationship that is more in alignment as you go through these changes and get yourself more into alignment with where you're at now. And then things will really start to unfold. King of Pentacles and Knight of Cups. I feel like you guys, once you get kind of released and are able to process some of the stronger emotions and energies around these really turbulent changes, because we need that time. Like, you know, we don't just like wake up the next day and like, okay, spirit, well, I had my cup of coffee, ready to, you know, tackle all these changes. We need time to integrate. We need to have our feelings about it. We need to have our thoughts about it. We need to think about it, feel about it. So as you're going through these changes, really self-care, really take time to just be quiet and be with yourself and give yourself the things that you need during this time, and really work on developing that relationship with your heart space and your inner knowing. And as you go through these changes, really just stick with your heart space. 8 of Wands. There's like a releasing. I really feel like they really just keep drawing my attention to these wishes that are going. And I really feel like you guys are being released from something that was no longer serving you or your highest good. There's just a real sense of, even with the sadness and the disappointment and the loss and the confusion, for some of you, there is a sense of like a relief and being set free again, even if you're not really sure where you're going to land or what's going to happen. There is a sense of this freedom, and the Wheel of Fortune is just letting me know that things are shifting and changing for your highest good right now. Karma is getting cleared away. The Wheel of Fortune just really talks about things changing and shifting in order to get us into a place where we were really getting into an alignment with our highest self and where we're going right now, like in our future, going forward, embracing the changes and getting us to like not our destination, but that next chapter, right? That next level, that next thing that we're going to experience in our life, job, relationship, way of living, place of living, whatever that chapter entails, right? Each chapter has its own narrative. And there's a sense of getting you guys ready for this next chapter of your life. So Knight of Cups and King of Pentacles. Knight of Cups, just keep going after what makes you happy, what brings you true emotional fulfillment. There's just this real drive and desire to really go after the things that really make you happy right now with where you're at now. Okay. Like that's why we have to get really quiet and get really precise about where we want to go and the things that make us happy. Okay, that's what they're saying about you guys, is really getting precise about what's in your heart space, what's making you happy, what do you want to see in your life, what do you want to see on a daily basis, really getting clear about that, really taking time to charge forth and go after those things and spending time in those areas of your life the best and most that you can. King of Pentacles. This is going to take some time. I feel like he's reminding you to be like a tree. Take your time and be as steady as possible and be as grounded as possible. That's something that's really comes out with that card, is even though it talks about being really shifting, changing energy, earthquakes, things moving, things shifting, not feeling like you have ground under your feet. That's a real good time to practice being grounded. Practice, grounding down into your Earth Star chakra, opening up the bottom of your feet and really feeling that, going out into a park and taking off your shoes and socks and putting your bare feet on the earth and the grass. Really taking time to get connected and grounded, because as we shift and we go through changes, because we all do, things get very shooken up, like that snow globe earlier. Try to just stay as grounded as possible during these shifts, okay? Sometimes when we have this kind of big frantic energy around us, we want to make decisions, we want things to, and we kind of have that frantic energy, and your guides and spirit really want you to just try to stay as grounded and think methodical, slow changes, one foot in front of the other, trying to stay as grounded as possible and just being as loving and patient with yourself as well during these changes, because I feel like they are big changes for you guys that were drawn to this reading. So hopefully something in that message resonated, and please like, share, and subscribe if it did. And as always, love yourself, trust yourself, and believe in yourself. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.